Hi everyone, welcome back to Creations by Sulagna. Today we are going to create a beautiful hand painted coaster featuring a dot mandala design, simple, elegant and perfect for table decor. I am using a mango wood coaster base from Hobby India. To prep the surface, I am applying a coat of white gesso. This step is completely optional but highly recommended. If you would like, you can skip the gesso and start directly with your base color. But here's a tip. Using gesso helps the paint adhere better and save your paint in your long run. I have applied 3 coats of beautiful bluish green acrylic paint to get a smooth, rich finish. If you are skipping the gesso, you might need 2 to 3 extra coat to achieve the same opacity and shine. So gesso really comes in handy here. Now I am using the 16 dot grid stencil from Happy Dotting Company to lay out the base structure for the mandala. With a charcoal pencil, I am getting marked the grid. This helps keep the design symmetrical and balanced throughout the process. Make sure your base is completely dry before doing this step to avoid smudging. Let's begin creating the design. As many of you know, I like to work from lighter shade to darker one, so I have started with the centered dot using a 10 mm dotting rod from Happy Dotting Company. And I have chosen a beautiful light yellowish green shade for that soft glowing effect. Now I am moving outward with a slightly darker tone using my 1 mm pink dotting rod to create a neat ring of dot around the center. I hope you are enjoying this video so far. Let me know in comments what you think, whether the pace is comfortable for or you would like a slower version. Also, feel free to share this video with friends who love dot mandala and want to try something creative and calming. Now as we move to the second ring, I am placing each dot between 2 dots of the previous ring. This gives that classic beautiful overlap effect. I am also gradually increasing the size of the dot to create a sense of flow and expansion. If you notice any gap in between dots, don't worry at all. We will fill those in later using micro dot with incredible details and finish to the mandala. We are now at the third ring and I am switching to my white dotting rod for this layer and then to the blue for the next layer. If you are curious about the tool I am using, dotting rod, brushes, varnish, color or even resin, check out my beautiful tool video on the channel. I have explained everything in detail along with the links to shop there. We are almost done creating the main ring of dots and the mandala is already beginning to bloom beautifully. Now let's start building our first mandala pattern. I am going with a simple floral design starting with a big center dot, then walking the dot outward to form soft petals. This is one of the most basic mandala pattern and a great one to practice. In fact, I have shared a short video on my channel with this very design. Feel free to check it out and try it as a standalone practice piece. For this pattern, I use the 6 mm dotting rod from Happy Dotting Company. I use the pink dotting tool, the largest tip for the first dot, followed by walking the dot with the smaller end. of the tool. I'm working in alternate grid line. So you will see 8 floral patterns in total. After forming the petal, I add 3 dots on top and use my pink tool for the swoosh technique to complete the floral. Next, I have added a larger dot and swoosh stroke with the gap between the petals. Then finish it off with the brush stroke pattern after the walking of dot. Since I noticed a little gap between the walking the dot and my first petal, I am adjusting by adding one brush stroke down and 2 strokes starting from the top. Feel free to modify this part based on your spacing. The design is always yours to do as per you feel it right. Next, I am giving a big dot and giving three dots with the small one. First dot with big one using the green, and then using my pink tool to swoosh it down. Then I am using the next dot with white dot and using the pink dot to give that stroke. Once the first layer of dots are fully dried, so once it is fully your coaster is fully dried, we will move on highlighting and filling in any negative space to add more depth and detail. If you are enjoying this process, do let me know in comments. Tag me when you recreate this. I would love to see your version. You can follow me on Instagram at Creations by Sulagna, where I also share behind the scene updates and tutorials. Now I am working on making the dots more plump and dimensional. Simply layering a smaller contrasting dot on top. If your base dot is dark, go with a lighter dot for the highlight and vice versa. I also have a highlighting tip video on my channel that explain the technique in more detail, so do check it out if interested. Now it's time to give our coaster that glossy resin finish. I'm using a hard UV resin which doesn't require any mixing. Super easy to use. Just pour a little amount directly onto your coaster and spread it evenly with a stick. I prefer a thin even layer, but you can go thicker if you would like it dome finish. Keep in mind, the thicker the resin, the longer it takes to cure under UV light. I cure my resin under a UV lamp for about 30 minutes of the layer I am giving, making sure to rotate the coaster so the light hits every angle. Make sure you're working in good light since the resin is transparent and can be easy to miss spot. Use a stick to spread it evenly and always wear gloves during this step. I rushed a bit and skipped them, but please do use gloves for safety. And that's it. Our hand painted resin finish nature inspired Dot Mandala coaster is finally ready. Look at that sign, perfect for your coffee table, a balcony moment, or even a thoughtful handmade gift. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Creations by Sulagna for more soothing mandala tutorials. You can connect with me on Instagram or email me to place custom order. All the details are in the description box. Take care and keep creating beauty around you. Thank you for watching.